in the gym, and it's loud to hear. I know my voice is gone too. Just went through 3 strong hours with some of the best high school players in San Antonio. Very excited, but we talked about something that I feel that you guys need to hear as well. And here's the deal: it's real easy for us to get motivated to lock in and be somewhere from a focus standpoint when we're competing, when it's the first day of practice, when it's a game, when there's an outside stimulus that's driving us to focus. And that's fine. We should be trying to leverage those type of things any chance we can get. The thing is, then players that don't have that stimulus, or if that stimulus wears off, what tends to happen is they tend to struggle. They go cold shooting. They suffer on their decision making. It's just things that you don't want to happen in games, but it's because you're needing that outside stimulus to drive your focus. Now, what I talk about a lot with my players, and I'll name things just so it kind of sticks in their head or whatever, is having that Bruce Lee focus or that Kobe focus, right? Kobe was locked in 24/7. Kobe found things to drive him as well, like what I was talking about. But Kobe wasn't always needed something. He was internally focused. He was internally motivated. And that's where I want you to get to. I can't tell you how many players suffer in my workouts here because, yeah, they're motivated at the beginning of the drill. But if the drill takes a while, if they go cold, they start to struggle. They start to question their ability. Their confidence drops. Then all of a sudden now that external catalyst to get them to focus isn't there, and they can't find it on their own. And it usually takes me breaking the drill, kind of regrouping them, letting them center, you know what I mean, and get themselves back to focus so they can stay in that space and finish the drill. And it happens in games all the time. The problem is player struggles, coach takes them out. Does the player go on the bench pissed off because they got pulled or mad because of their performance? Or do they go to the bench and center themselves and lock back in so when they do get back in the game, that Kobe focus can get back into what they're doing as far as performance? That's the type of stuff you need to figure out. You need to figure it out in your workouts. Your workouts before your practices. Practices are stage 2, and then obviously stage 3 is games. Because we all know games don't really reveal us. They just reveal the level of our training. So if you're not being able to find that space and that energy and that centering and that focus in workouts, you definitely won't come up with it in a game. Your habits will come out. You'll panic. You'll struggle, whatever it may be. I don't have to explain that to you. You guys are intelligent enough to understand that. But being able to find and trigger that focus is the key to you being successful in all stages: workout, practice, game. So again, you should be working on it and build it till it's a muscle. I'm pretty sure Kobe didn't have to turn a switch on. I'm pretty sure the second he laced up, it was already time. Or he walked in the gym or in the building of the arena, it was time. And okay, we all know Kobe's a little more obsessive. Kobe was a little more out there as far as really trying to be that person, right? Be the greatest of all time. But even if you're not trying to be the greatest of all time, or you're not driven on that, but you're trying to be great, you're trying to achieve, you're trying to get to levels where you're at, it will take this focus. It will 100% take this focus. So make sure you have that focus. You know what I mean? And just train it like a muscle. Just train it and train it and train it until you get it right, until it becomes instinctual. And I promise you, you'll see the difference. You know, I got one of these kids right now, you know, gonna end up at a Power 5 school, is already in the process of being recruited by Power 5 schools. And guess what? She's good. She's very talented. She does have a higher level of focus than the majority of those she's around and competes against, and she's always around really good players, other D1 prospects. But she has 2 or 3 other levels to this. She has 2 to 3 other levels of this Kobe-like focus, and then she's going to be unstoppable, right? And the same thing with pros. I've had pros, 3-time scoring champions in different countries. What do we do in the offseason? We work on how dialed in he can be on that focus. And he's already a very competitive person, so he's kind of like Kobe, where he can draw from so many different external sources to get that push to lock in and be motivated. But he has the struggle when it's not there. But we've evolved it. Each summer we get better, he's getting better. And I mean, he's already won 3 scoring championships in 3 different countries, the top leagues in those countries where there's Euro Cup, EuroLeague teams. If you don't know what that means, look it up. It's high-level basketball. NBA is not the only high-level basketball in this world. And a lot of us Americans are a little ignorant to that, but you got to know about that. but we keep working it. And guess what happens? Every summer we work it, he goes back, and I ask him, hey, what's working? What's sticking? And he tells me a lot of that focus of the detail, that focus in my ball handling, that focus in my shooting, whatever it may be. He's saying it's better, it's better, it's better. And the numbers and the results and the rewards keep coming from that. So it doesn't matter where you're at in this process. You've got to learn to have that Kobe-like focus and not have an external source be the cause of it every time. You can use it, but you can leverage it. But if you can't find it within you, if you can't find it just by turning that switch on or being that way the second you step in the gym, you're going to find moments where you struggle that aren't necessary. I mean, we're all going to struggle as we grow. We're all going to struggle as we build. We're all going to struggle through games at times because that's the challenge of it. That's the beauty of it. That's what makes us who we are. But if you're struggling unnecessarily because you don't have that Kobe-like focus, you can't turn that switch on and strengthen that muscle to be what you want it to be, then you're going to struggle as well. So really lock in, really focus on that and take it from there. Maybe my next live, I'll talk a little more about how to do that. We'll make a part 2 to this and how to get to that space and drills you can do or how you format drills on your own and things like that. So in the meantime, keep being great, keep being a game changer, keep bringing your best version of you to every single day, even when you're not on the basketball court. And I'll see you on the next live.